Welcome to the Sacred Medicine Podcast. My name is Margaret Romero. I'm a Columbia-trained functional medicine nurse practitioner, and here I uncover the truth behind chronic illness so that you can finally heal. I'm a women's health and hormone expert and love empowering women to finally live their life fully and powerfully through optimal health. This is the Sacred Medicine Podcast. You are listening to the Sacred Medicine Podcast. I am your host, Margaret Romero, and today we are talking about two medications that are commonly given to women, and it drives me nuts because there are at times other solutions. These two meds are birth control pills and antidepressants. Now, I'm not saying that, there isn't true, mental illness and that sometimes people do need to be on antidepressants. I'm going to give you an instance where I think it is not necessary. And the biggest one that I hear so many times in a week is when a woman goes to a doctor and she says, I'm just not feeling right. Like something's wrong, something's off. A woman's intuition. Something's not right. I'm not feeling good. And the most simple, the most basic blood work is done and reveals nothing. And I'm not shocked at that because when you do basic labs, CBC, CMP, TSH, cholesterol, it's not going to show us anything. So what I'm telling you is when a woman goes to her doctor and says, I'm not feeling well, and they do the bloods and the bloods show nothing, and the doctor's like, you know what? All your blood work looks fine. Like there's nothing wrong with you. Maybe it's all in your friggin' head. Maybe you need an antidepressant. And I call BS on that. You know why? Because so many times, can I just tell you, it's sad. It's sad and it's pathetic that when a woman goes to see a doctor and she's not feeling right, that is actually the time to do the most blood work, to inspect every single aspect of that woman's body in terms of hormones, chronic infections, underlying viruses, like Epstein-Barr virus, cytomegalovirus, thyroid, hormones, right? The list goes on and on. Nutritional deficiencies. Like this is when you need to really investigate very deeply when a woman comes to you and tells you this. It is not a time to just slack and just do basic blood work. No. And because it'll never show anything. I'm sorry, but it'll never show up there. And so when they tell you that it's all in your head and that maybe it's all psychological, maybe you're just under a lot of stress and they put you on an antidepressant, that is so negligent in my eyes. It really is. Because what could be happening is that she could have Hashimoto's thyroiditis and they're not really looking deeply. All they're checking is a TSH. That's all that they do. It's insane. I am not saying this because I'm bashing conventional medicine. I'm saying this because I see it. I see it every freaking day. And I did work in conventional medicine. I did that for a long time. I know exactly what happens. But when my own patients come to me now, new patients come to me and they show me blood work, I see it. Plain old TSH. That's not going to tell me anything. It's not going to tell me if you have Hashimoto's. Okay, they don't even check. Maybe they'll do Epstein-Barr virus. I don't know. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. For the most part, they aren't really checking any of those things. Because you know why? Because they don't know what to do with it. What do you do with it? You can't do anything about it anyway. It's a virus. That's what they think. There's a lot you can do about it. There is a lot you can do about it. Supplements, the way you eat, everything. There's an entire protocol about it. So then they think that you're nuts, and then they put you on antidepressants And then you take it because you're like, well, maybe it is all in my head. I don't know. You take it, your libido drops, you're, just walking around, still having the initial issue. It's not making you feel any better. The issue is still there, whether that's Hashimoto's, whether that's a chronic infection that no one has friggin' checked. Maybe it's a parasite or a worm. You think those basic labs are going to show any of those things? Absolutely not. It's disturbing. It's disturbing to me how many women get put on antidepressants for no reason. Just because he or she doesn't know what labs to draw, what to do with the results, or whatever it is. Unbelievable to me. So, and if you think this happened in the 1960s, no. Doctors are still not listening to women to this day. It's sad. It's sad. So when you get put on antidepressants, it's not treating anything. It's a prescription they can write because they love writing prescriptions. And it's not, you won't feel better. Not unless you have a true, issue with and severe depression or depression on any level or any sort of, mental health issue, then it would be appropriate. But when you're just feeling off, you don't know what it is, something's going on. I hear that so much, and that is actually when I'm like, we're checking everything. We're going to look at everything. I did this even when I worked at the urgent care. I'd have women come in. I'm so tired. I don't know what's wrong. Why? I saw my doctor. He says nothing. He says there's nothing wrong. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Let's do bloods here. I would literally do functional tests at the urgent care. I would do it there as much as I could, just doing blood work. I was probably the only practitioner that worked at urgent care that did as much blood as any other provider in there. And because I love lab work. I love interpretation of the blood work. So it's just wrong. You want to just shut up a woman and just put her on antidepressants? How dare you? Without doing the appropriate testing for her. It boils my blood. Honestly. Okay. The other one, birth control pills. So I mostly see women in their 30s to 50s and, give or take. And so what I have seen is that women get put on birth control when they're in perimenopause and maybe even in menopause. It is completely inappropriate. So inappropriate. Really, let's just throw her a birth control pack. That'll help. That'll help. No, actually it doesn't. Do you know how many times I have seen women get put on birth control without having their hormones checked? I know this may sound like I'm making it up. I'm not making this up. I wish I could make up this, but it's true. It's true, which is what made me do this podcast today, because I am tired of listening to this. And so, let me finish with the HRT, with the birth control. Birth control versus hormone replacement therapy. Birth control is very different, though it gets treated like it's HRT. In women, perimenopause, menopause, let's just put you on birth control pills. Women's having hot flashes. She can't really get through her day. That's not how, you don't just throw birth control at the problem and hope it just settles it all down. Let's just decrease everything. with the birth control, because it suppresses all of your hormones. And birth control given to women at a very young age completely will kill their libido. Kill it. Annihilate it. And so, women in their 20s and 30s are saying that they have zero libido when they really should be having a very robust libido. So, when you're given birth control pills, instead of actually looking at what is going on and checking all your hormones and talking to you and finding out all of the symptoms, it's quite possible that the woman may actually need hormone replacement. And trust me, I'm not talking about the prescription ones. I'm not talking about progestins. I'm not talking about horse urine estrogen. My God, no. I'm talking about plant-based bioidentical hormones, which are sort of, it's in a class of hormones that can help women. It mimics what our own what our body can recognize and break down, rather than the body doesn't know what to do with horse urine estrogen. It has no idea. It's never seen this before. Like, what is this? And so what I believe to be, for women who are in perimenopause and menopause, it all depends. Every woman is so different. It's so different, from the symptoms to how long they last, how many hot flashes are you getting per day. It's such a variety of different symptoms. So every woman should be treated very differently. And if they need HRT, there's criteria before you get on HRT, hormone replacement therapy. And if it's okay for you to be on hormone replacement therapy, there needs to be a major discussion first. So if it all checks out, then you design the dosage that is appropriate for the woman. Compounded hormone replacement. Not birth control pills that just are thrown at every single woman as if we're all made the same. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? Oh, we're just going to put you on birth control. Hello, we didn't even test my hormones. So this is what bugs me. Those are two things that are commonly given to women. So the reason why I'm talking about this today is because if you are a woman and you are listening to this, and you have been a quote unquote victim of, just this blanket prescription writing, here you go, this should help maybe. The next time that someone tells you, a doctor tells you that it's all in your head, that maybe it's just psychosomatic, as if what you're feeling, that your body is, there's something off, as if that's wrong, as if you're wrong, nothing is actually wrong with you. No, actually, it's because you don't know how to do the right blood work, And so women are getting the same crap, the same prescriptions. Let's start with this. Let's see how you do on this. No. Every single woman's body's hormone levels, everything is so different. It's so different. And also, a woman, the reason why she's not feeling good, or if she's having fatigue or just feeling off or more tired than usual or can't sleep, no, you don't just write for Ambien at night, to sleep. Check her adrenal levels. If a woman's thyroid is off and she just continues to come back and say, I still don't feel good. You gave me medication. I still don't feel good. And then they just give you more medication. They just increase the dosage. No, check her adrenal levels. Because the more you give thyroid medication to a woman that is still tired, you are affecting her adrenals. You are truly affecting her adrenals. No one ever checks adrenals. PCPs, I don't care, endocrinologist, come on. People have left their endocrinologist to work with me for their thyroid all the time. Because I'm not just looking at your thyroid. I'm not just looking at it and just saying, okay, what is your thyroid doing today? The thyroid is connected to so many other things. Your hormones, your adrenals, your stressors, your gut, how much gluten you're consuming. Did you know that? Yeah. Is your endocrinologist looking at all those things? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So my rant today is just when you're not feeling well and they want to give you one or the other, no, find somebody else. Find someone else that'll actually listen to you and do like 6 pages of blood work. Yes, at least, to really figure out what's going on. It could be a gut issue. The gut rules everything. And so if you're finding yourself not feeling any better, oh, he gave me this antidepressant, he gave me this birth control, I'm still not feeling any better. Yeah, because they didn't even know what the hell's going on. So that's it for today. I just want to empower women who are listening right now that if whoever it is that you're seeing, your primary, your endocrinologist, your specialist, whoever it is, and they just want to write you off with a prescription for friggin' birth control pills or an antidepressant when you don't need it, okay? They think it's all in your head. They're not listening to you. Find yourself another doctor. Because I call bullshit on all of that. That is not proper medicine. That is not how you practice medicine. This topic, gets me so worked up. It gets me so worked up because guess what? Do you think they would do that to a man? A man comes in and says, I don't really feel that good. What would they do first thing? Blood work. They send you to a cardiologist. They would make sure, they would do everything. Let's do CAT scan. Let's just make sure everything's all right. For women, no. What's your prescription for an antidepressant? Birth control pills. And let's see if that helps. Yeah, we'll see you in a month. No. Nope. So ladies, learn to say no. Learn to walk out that door and find yourself a new practitioner. Thank you so much for listening this week. I'm getting off my soapbox now, and I will talk to you all next week, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you are happy and healthy. Bye for now.